Very good morning, one and all. So, today we are going to learn the topic coordinate geometry. So, I think you all know the concepts of coordinate geometry because you have learned that coordinate geometry in 8th and ninth standard. So, what we learned in 8th and ninth standard related to coordinate geometry. So, let us just glance what we learned in the previous classes. Okay. Yes. Now, Ashwit, can you tell me what you learned in the previous classes related to coordinate geometry? What do you know
Cartesian,
about the coordinate geometry?
Cartesian systems,
Huh?
Cartesian plane.
Cartesian plane. Okay. What is that Cartesian plane, Ashwit?
The system that describes the position of point in an plane.
Okay. Points in a plane. How you will get that Cartesian plane, Ashwit? Yes, Bhuwana. Bhuwana.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, what is that Cartesian plane, Bhuwana?
Mataji don't know.
Ah? You're telling
Don't know.
don't know. Cartesian
Yes.
system. You don't have any idea about the Cartesian plane.
Mataji, the points on the graph which we done on equation.
Equation.
Yes.
Okay, you forgot. Arun. 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 Yes. Kavya. Hello, Kavya. Kavya. Yeah, Pratham but raised hand. Okay, Pratham. Pratham. Hello, Pratham.
By mistake.
By mistake. Okay. So it's okay. Listen, students. So this is a Cartesian plane. So Cartesian plane in the sense one horizontal line and one vertical line intersect each other in a plane. Then it forms a Cartesian plane. See here, you just observe this picture. This horizontal line and vertical line intersect each other at one point. Okay, so then it forms the plane as a Cartesian plane. So this horizontal line name is x and this vertical line name is y. So we will consider this as x-axis. This horizontal line is called as x-axis and this vertical line is called as y-axis. So here you just observe this picture. X-axis is horizontal line, then y-axis is vertical line. So both the horizontal line and vertical line intersect each other in the place origin. What we call for that intersection point. So we call that intersection point as origin. So what are the coordinates of that origin? That is 0, 0. Okay, coordinates. Always coordinates will write it in the form of 2, 3, minus 4, 3, minus 1, minus 2, then 4, minus 5. So we all know these concepts. Okay, we learned in the ninth and eighth standard know about this one. So this is called as coordinate plane or Cartesian plane. On the plane surface, one horizontal line and one vertical line intersect at one common point. That common point name is origin. Then it forms the Cartesian plane. So this Cartesian plane, so using this Cartesian plane, we can mark the location of the points. Okay, so the points are like this, 2, 3 is a one point. So where we can mark 2, 3 here, see you just observe this is a graph paper. So 2, 3, 2 in the sense in the x-axis, x coordinate is 2 and y coordinate is 3. So the point is here, pink dot, you can observe now. So this is the location of 2, 3. Okay. So this is a point representing the coordinates 2, 3. Coordinates. So coordinates, got the idea on coordinates. So now you just come this one blue dot. Okay, so minus 4 in x-axis it is minus 4 and in y-axis it is plus 3. So this is the location of minus 4, 3. Okay, so how you have to write the point coordinates? First you have to take the x value, then you have to write the y value. So now come to this dot. So can you tell me the coordinates of this one? Yes, who is ready to tell? Brahat, Charan, Brahati, 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 no, Jivan, yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Coordinates of this point.
-1, -2.
Yes, very good. Minus 1, minus 2. Yes, next question for Kavya. Kavya.
Mataji, please question.
This one, green dot. Coordinates.
4 and minus 5.
Yes, very good. In the x-axis it is the 4. Okay, y-axis minus 5. So this 4 and minus 5 meet this point. Okay, meet in this point. So this is the coordinates of this green dot. Okay, so how you have to write the coordinates? You have got the idea, no? Yes. See here, 2, 3, minus 4, 3, minus 1, minus 2, 4, comma, minus 5. First we have to take x value, then we have to write y value. So this is about the Cartesian plane. So now you all are observing that when we draw this horizontal line and vertical line on a plane surface, so the plane surface is divided into 4 parts right now. Are you all observing the 4 parts? See here, 1, 2, 3, 4. What we call for these 4 parts? Nagraj? What is the name of each part? Neeraj. Hello, Neeraj. Nikhil. 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 Yeah, what we call for this each part?
Quadrants, first
Yes,
quadrant.
very good. Quadrant. So, when the horizontal line and vertical line, in the sense when x-axis and y-axis intersect each other in the origin place, it divides the plane into 4 parts. Each part is known as quadrants. Okay, quadrants. Quadrant means 4, no? So, now, look at the second figure. Here we have one figure. Yeah. See, first look at this one. X-axis and y-axis. Here marking is there. So this is the origin place. Origin in the sense it is a 0. So in the right hand side we have to take positive value. In the left hand side we have to take negative value. Then so toply positive, again downwards negative. So you all know how to mark this one. This is called as horizontal line is called as x-axis. And this vertical line is called as y-axis. You all know this one, right now. So now when the horizontal line and vertical line intersect in a plane surface, so then it divides the plane surface into 4 parts. Each part is known as quadrant. So here you can observe this is the first quadrant. From anti-clockwise we have to give the number for this. Okay, this is the first quadrant and this one is the second quadrant and this is third quadrant and this is fourth quadrant. So you all know first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So now what is the symbol of first quadrant? So X symbol and Y symbol, you can observe this one, plus and plus. So whatever coordinates you will get in the first quadrant, it is having plus and plus. So sign of this first quadrant is plus and plus. Now come to second quadrant. First we have to take x-axis, then we have to take y. In the x-axis side we can observe the negative sign. So therefore here first sign is negative and for second sign here the y-axis is positive, minus plus. So sign of the second quadrant is minus plus. Now come to third quadrant. In the third quadrant, x-axis also negative side, y-axis also negative. Therefore, minus minus. Sign of the third quadrant is minus minus. And here in the fourth quadrant, so x-axis is plus, y-axis is minus. Always first we have to choose x first while writing the coordinates. Coordinates are nothing but x and y together form. Okay, so x value and y value together form coordinates. So the coordinates sign in the fourth quadrant is plus and minus. Okay, got the idea now? This one. So quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3. See, here you can observe. So ordered pair. Okay, so origin. This is the origin. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. Here first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Okay, so here plus plus. Here you can observe symbol of the first quadrant is plus, then second one is minus plus, third one is minus minus and fourth one is plus minus. So this is about the introduction of the Cartesian plane. Okay, so you can you all are having the idea of this one, no? So what is this order pair? Order pair is nothing but we'll always write that x and y value in the bracket. First we will write that x value, then second we will write the y value. This is called as order pair. Together this is called as coordinates. Okay, coordinates. Coordinates, it decides the location of the point. So now come to this one. So here we have one graphical representation. Point P we have, point P. So the coordinates of the point P is 5, 4. See here, this is the 5, x-axis 5. Then here you can observe this is a 4. Okay, so 4. So here we have to discuss one more thing, that x coordinate also called as, you all know, abscissa. So revision ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದೀನಿ, 9th ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ. Yes, x coordinate name is abscissa and this y coordinate name is ordinate. Abscissa and ordinate together forms coordinates. Okay, so these x values are called as abscissa and these y values are called as ordinate. Okay, so coordinates. Got the idea of this one, no? First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Now this one, this is a graph paper. So how we have to locate the points on the graph paper, you all know. Okay, so come this one, first one, G point 0, 3. So where we have to mark 0, 3, in x-axis it is 0, in the sense this is the position. Okay, 0. And y-axis 3, in the sense this is the, okay, 0, 3. See, if any one abscissa or ordinate is 0, then the point must lie on the axis itself. Okay, either x-axis or y-axis. It is depending upon the, if x value is 0, then the point obtained is lies on the y-axis. If y value is 0, then the point lies on the x-axis. Okay, next f point 1, 3. See here, this is x-axis 1 and y-axis 3. This is the meeting point of 1 and 3. This is the point 1 and 3. Next, E point 1, 2. See here, 1, 2. This is the location of E point 1, 2. Next, D point 2, 2. Okay, so in x-axis also 2 and y-axis also 2, 2, 2. Next, C point 2, 1. You all know this one. Okay, now 2, 1. Next, B point 3, 1. This is the location of 3 and 1. Okay, next, see here, A point lies on x-axis, in the sense y is 0, 3, 0. Okay, next place 3 it is. Y place 0, in the sense we cannot move upside or downwards. Okay, so that's why, so this is the location of 3, 0, that is on the x-axis only. Okay, so this using this method we have to plot the points on the graph paper. So this much we learned in the previous classes. And so one more thing we know, So linear equations in two variables. So ax plus by plus c, which is equal to 0. How to draw the graph? So pair of linear equations in two variables. We all know the chapter pair of linear equations in two variables. In that also we are using this Cartesian system only. In the Cartesian plane only we are representing the pair of linear equations, right? So how will you get that pair of linear equations? When we represent that pair of linear equations on the graph paper, what we'll get actually? We get a straight line. So if we get a straight line in the Cartesian plane, the line represent is a linear equation in two variables. Okay. So whatever we are getting in the graph paper now, that is the solution of that pair of linear equations in two variables. See here we just mark the points. No. So just to recall that pair of linear equations in two variables graph paper, you can open your notebook and you just see that graph paper. How you got? First we have to prepare the Cartesian plane. So x axis x, okay, so this positive side is mentioned as x and this negative side is x dash, and here top direction this is y, then this side is negative side is y dash. So for every graph we have to prepare this basic Cartesian plane, then we have to mark the points like this. So if it is a linear equation in two variable, then the obtained points, when we join that points, we'll get a straight line. Okay, so we get a straight line. So if we get a straight line, then we can easily guess that it is a linear equation in two variables. Okay, so linear equation. So now after this, so what we have to study in the 10th standard, whatever we discussed, okay, so that is related to 9th standard concept. Now we are going to discuss the new topic that is related to 10th standard. 1 second, some students are waiting in the lobby. Like me. Okay. Yeah. Shreya? Okay. Yes. So now, so up to this we all know. So in this class, we are going to learn one new topic. For that, I'll take this picture only. Now, I'll mark one point like this here. Why it is not working? We have to choose the color. Okay. Right. 1 second, students. What happened to this one? See. So now I'll mark one point here. What is the location of this point? Actually, -3, 1. So let us name this point as P point. Okay, let us name this point as P point. So now I'll mark one more point here. Okay, so let us name this point as Q point. Are you observing? This is our new topic. Now, I took 2 points on the Cartesian plane, that is in the second quadrant. Okay. So, we are observing, I marked the points in the second quadrant. So, here P point, this is the location of P point location coordinates -3, 1. And here I took the Q point, that is -1, 3. -1, 3. Okay. Yeah. Now, I'll join these 2 points like this. What is this? I took different. I'll take different color, okay? What happened? Yes. 1 second, students. Let us take P point here. Let us take Q point here. Okay. So, when we join these P and Q, okay, we are getting curved line. I know, I want straight line. This one will take. Okay, so we are facing problem. We have to join this one, okay? So you just think that it is a straight line. This one is P point and this one is Q point. Mouse problem. And we all are very new to this, no? So we don't know how to operate this one, okay? It's okay, no? Yeah. You just take this one P point and this is Q point. Now the topic is, how can we find the distance of this PQ? What is the length of this PQ? Now we have to find the length of PQ. How can we find the length of PQ? Can anyone give the answer for this? Yes, Nikhil R. Hegde. Do you have any idea, Nikhil? Hello, Nikhil.
No, Mataji.
No. Yes,
Mataji.
we all know how to locate the points on the Cartesian plane, then how to join that one. If we join the linear equations in two variables points, then we'll get straight line and all, we all know. So, if I took one point here and one point in this, okay, location, if we join that 2 points, how can we find out the length? Can we use the graph paper? Hage, by reading graph paper, can we tell me, give the answer for that? You don't know, Nikhil? Yes. Is anybody is having the idea about this one? Pratham Bhatt. Pratham Bhatt. Pratham Bhatt. No idea. Pratham Pandit. Pratham Pandit.
No
Hello,
idea.
Pratham. Huh?
No.
No idea. Okay, so I'll take the help of Blackboard because it is very difficult to manage in the system. Yes.
That side, oldest mark is camera turn.
Okay, wait 1 second. We'll adjust. Yes. See, students. Board is visible now, students. Yes, board is visible. See here, I took the Cartesian plane, okay, one rough sketch, okay. So to understand what we are going to discuss today, see here, I'll mark one point like this. Here we'll take 1 point. In the 4 and 3, we'll take 1 point. Let us take this point as P. Okay, then I'll take 2, 1 as 1 point. PQ. So we have PQ point. So P here 4, 3 and Q here 2, 1. When we join this PQ like this, so here we'll get the line of PQ, okay? So what is the distance of this PQ? That is the question actually. So how can we find out the length of PQ? Okay, so we cannot take by counting the graph paper. Okay, so graph line pass ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅಷ್ಟೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬಹುದಾ? No, it is not possible. No. So how can we find out the distance or length of this PQ? That is actually today's topic. So how to find out the distance of one point to another point in the Cartesian plane. Okay. So if 2 points are there, if we join that 2 points, we'll get one straight line. So now in the Cartesian plane, we have to find out the distance of that one. How to find out the distance of that line? Okay, so that is using distance formula. What is that distance formula? How can we find out that distance formula? That is also by taking the help of this Cartesian plane only, we can find out the distance formula. Now we'll derive the distance formula. How you will get distance formula? So now it is the derivation part. Here you just observe one Cartesian plane. See here. Okay. So I'll mark point like this. Here we'll take in 3 to beda 4 to the low point. Now we have here P, here Q. Okay, so we have to find out the distance of this PQ. How can we find out the distance of PQ? Here whatever coordinates we'll get actually XY, alva? Illu XY. So this is the coordinates actually X comma Y. This is also X comma Y. But can we take like this in the same Cartesian plane? One point is X comma Y. The another point is also one X comma Y. Both are having some distance. Same points. 1, 3, 1, 3. But no. So different. So how can we show the difference? Okay, na? X1, Y1. We'll take the P point coordinates as X1, Y1 and this one X2, Y2. Okay, choose this first point as X1, Y1 and second point as X2, Y2. Okay, so the participant warning, meeting will end and the warning one there. Join with the same link for further 10 minutes. Okay, yes. Now what we have to do? So we have to draw one perpendicular line. So idana now P point and just x-axis ge touch madana. There you will get one perpendicular line. So join this to x-axis. Now again join this to x-axis. Okay, so if we join this to x-axis, here it is a 90-degree line and this one also from Q point also connect this to x-axis. So now what we are observing, actually this is x1 location. No? Can we name this one as x1? This is the distance of x1. Okay, so next here what we are observing, x2. So total here this one is total, this one distance is x1 distance and total this distance is x2 distance. Got the idea? This is x2, length x2. This is length x1. Now, in the same way, we have to join this one like this. Y1. Illi Y1 siggude. Next, again, illi en sigate nimge. Okay, Y2 sigate. So, this is Y1 length and this one is Y2 length. Are you observing? Okay. So, now what we have to do? We have to join. We have to extend this one like this. Okay, this is parallel to this one. Here we'll get 90 degree. Got the idea? PQ. Let us give one name for this R. PQR. We got PQR, right angled triangle. Right angled triangle in the sense already our triangle topic is over. What we can observe here? We need the distance of PQ. Nange PQ length beku. Okay, here I got the right angled triangle. So yes, Pythagoras theorem. Here we can use the Pythagoras theorem. No, I need PQ length. We all know the Pythagoras theorem that in any right angled triangle, square on the hypotenuse which is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Okay, so here we got PQR triangle. P coordinates x1, y1. Q coordinates x2, y2. What we have to do? So this P point we have to connect to x-axis and this Q point also we have to connect to x-axis. There you will get x1 distance and this is x2. Similarly, y1 and y2 you will get. Okay. So here we can observe this picture. Now we have to apply Pythagoras theorem to find this one. So how can we apply? Board is visible, no students here. Pythagoras theorem. Square on the hypotenuse, that is PQ square, which is equal to, so PR square plus QR square. So according to Pythagoras theorem, so PQ square, which is equal to PR square plus QR square. Okay, distance formula. We are deriving distance formula. We need the distance of this PQ. Now, PQ square, which is equal to, now from this figure, can we write PR length? How can we take PR length here? Can anyone give the idea? What is the length of PR? We'll ask the question. Who is ready to give the answer? Raise your hands. Who is ready to give the answer? Yes, someone is raising the hand. Yeah, Rashmi. First, Rashmi. Rashmi.
x2 minus x1.
x2 minus x1. Why Rashmi x2 minus y1 x1? PR length. We are discussing PR length actually. PR total ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ x2 ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ ರೈಟ್ ನೋ ಎಸ್ ಕೆಲವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ 2 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಅಂತ ಓಕೆ ನಾನು ಆ ತರದಲ್ಲ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿರೈವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಇವಾಗ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ 2 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ x2 ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ x1 ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ what we need actually this distance PR distance we need ಅಲ್ಲ total x2 ದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟ x1 ಅನ್ನ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we'll get this PR distance ಅಲ್ವಾ that's why we are writing PR as x2 minus x1 x2 minus x1 whole square